not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
How y'all doing? I hope you're doing fine, baby. It's Thursday. It's time for a Blue Dot family meeting, and by God, we need one. We need one of them there every day from now on. Anyway, it is Thursday. And the first one to jump in was Drizzle 2.0, followed by Bunny Griffin. Ask is in the room. JT Libs and Christina Sanchez. Common Sense is in the room. We're always appreciative of that. Susan Greenland. Let me see. Roger Himmelwright, Sue Warrior's in the room, Irene Lambert, thank you, baby. Yeah, I saw your post, baby. I know exactly how you. Sammy Marcy's here, Jamie B, Debbie Capran, Trudy Baxter, Doug Sane, and hey, Pauline Hall. Hey, baby, how you doing? Mama Lois is nearby, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, Ronald LaChance is with us. Anyway, let me get on down here. Start this show, baby, while we still have one, I guess. Shit. Seems to be the question of the day, isn't it? Anyway, before we get all that, I got mail. That's right, baby. I got mail from Dr. Todd out in Elkhorn, Wisconsin. Did I say that right? Wait a minute. Again? Yeah, Wisconsin. He's in Wisconsin, Dr. Todd. For y'all that have been around the show a while, we've heard of Dr. Todd before, and because Dr. Todd, he sends me medicine. This is Stop Pain. It's a clinical rub, and it's for my aches and pains. And he is yes, Dr. Todd is exactly that. He's a doctor, and this is not the first time he has sent me stuff. I have some displays of some of the things he's sent me. Oh yeah, beer. And he did not let us down this time, baby. I got beer. This one is called, let me see, Muckraker beer. Now this is from from the it's a brewing company up there, and they make some fantastic beer. Muckraker from the I can't even read it. So it's all Minnequa Brewing Company, and like I said, this is Muckraker, and he's got another one here called Underground Railroad, and another 4-pack of y'all are gonna see these on Beer and Bud Friday. Woo! That is some stout beer in more ways than one. So I look forward to our Beer and Bud Fridays, and I want to thank Dr. Todd and for his continued support over the years, and thank you for adding to my fantastic collection of beers I never thought I'd see. Anyway, well, what's going on in the news? Well, shit. Seems we've really hit a bump in the road when it comes to free speech, I guess. The whole country is all abuzz about what happened to Jimmy Kimmel, and how he got his show pulled off the air all of a sudden by a threat from the SEC chairman, Brendan Carr. who just outright on TV threatened, either do it the easy way or the hard way. And ABC caved, and all of a sudden Jimmy Kimmel's off the air for comment, for commentary, for using his ability to entertain us. And from what I saw, the quote I saw was not that bad. It was on point. Minnequa, Minnequa, the brewing company. I'm glad y'all know where it come from. Anyway, it's a direct assault on freedom of speech, and that's what everybody's saying in the chat right now. I don't know how you could interpret it any other way. That Donnie he didn't like Stephen Colbert making fun of him, so, Stephen Colbert's going to be off the air. Now Jimmy Kimmel, and as I noted in my chat earlier, I found out, and I didn't see it live or anything, but The View, which is usually a talk show which has a pretty good audience and discuss the day's topics, didn't say a word about it because they're under the threat. And just how far does this go? Are we going to have just a media that just is all hell bent on kissing the Fuhrer's ass, the great and glorious leader? And if you don't, then you just won't be on the air. He's threatening the license of network TV. If they complain too much about Donnie, well, tough shit. We'll just pull your license. That ain't the way this country works, or it used to not be. It used to not be. But for some reason, we seem to be going down a path that ain't too healthy for us. Hello, Miss Chick.
I think we're being pushed down a path. We're not going down it. We're being pushed. But just to clear something up, it's Minnequa.
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 Minnequa. I love their beer. I love the company. They're a very outspoken company. I love, I've kept the beers that Dr. Todd has sent over the years, and I just love the guy. He is. He's quite a connoisseur of good beer and good commentary.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah.
I like good beer too.
Well.
Yeah. So.
Can we open our mouth? Can we talk freely?
I don't know. Can we?
Well, that seems to be the question of the day. I mean, it's.
And who's the one that decides? Who's the judge of all that?
Well, I guess it's the glorious leader.
I guess.
It's the only thing.
He has like a dartboard and he throws darts at it, and then they choose somebody for the week or something. I don't know. The View is next, probably, because he's always hated them too.
This isn't going to go well. Not for anybody.
Yeah. No, but I'm hoping it's not going to go well for them.
I hope it has a backlash. I hope it does.
I hope so too. I'm hoping November 4th might be the biggest backlash yet.
November 4th.
Isn't it November 4th? No, I'm sorry, November 5th. Sorry, the 4th is a voting day, actually.
The 4th is a voting day. And for those of you who don't know what November 5th is, it is the fall of the Trump fascist regime. And this is going to be a protest in Washington, D.C. on November 5th and every day after. They're going to try to pack the streets, baby. We're going to try to come out in full force to see numbers in the streets, to see voices, to hear voices and stand up, because, we're under threat. The very way of life in this country is under threat.
And I will add a link here in a second, but to read a little bit from that, I mean, there's a little video that's pretty good too. Fascism is not a looming threat. It's upon us now.
It is.
Humanity's only hope for the decent people of this country to rise up in our millions. We cannot wait for future and rigged elections. We must drive the Trump fascist regime from power. Beginning November 5th, the one-year anniversary of Trump's election, flood D.C. in nonviolent protest. surround the White House, surround the Capitol, surround the illegitimate fascist-packed Supreme Court, come back again and again, across the country, refuse to comply, each person of conscience, millions of us together, grind the machinery of the fascist regime to a halt. Don't stop until Trump is removed. And it goes on. I'm just going to stop right there. You can put the link in and you can read the rest for yourself.
Please do. Please do.
Find that link.
The voices are,
Please do.
They're getting louder.
Yes.
They're getting louder. Because
and maybe it took losing some freedom of speech to finally get those voices to be really loud.
I think this is going to turn a lot of people's head. It happens so fast. So fast. You know?
Yeah.
Just
he'd been kind of threatening it for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, he's got other people on the list too, including The View, which is why they say that maybe that subject wasn't broached today on The View. The firing of Jimmy Kimmel, the canceling of his show.
Yeah.
Which you would think.
I think I would still be gathering my thoughts on it if I was a target. I would still be trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to say. Because if it was going to be the last thing I had to say on something,
on the subject,
I'd want it to be really good.
Well, I think a lot of them better be thinking that way. Because he's not done. You know, this is pure authoritarianism. That's what that is. That we can't speak unless the glorious leader approves of the speech that we, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's everything all at once, all the time, and that's by design. That's their plan. So, whilst they're doing their bullshit everywhere and getting people stirred up, and we go off in different directions and go, this, that, the other thing. I want to go back to Epstein. Epstein. I'm not giving up on it.
No, and I was glad to see
they didn't give up on it in England.
Nope.
They were massively protesting in England, which is yay, great. And for other reasons, they're protesting in France too right now. That has more to do with the prime minister person, I think. I don't know. Anyways, here is I subscribe to Jack Hopkins. Jack Hopkins now on Substack. He's also, if you're on Blue Sky,
right.
If you're not following Jack, well, you're losing out on a lot of shit.
Well, good.
So, Jack's article yesterday. I'm sorry, it was yesterday. What Massey said in the Epstein hearing today should shake every corner of the world's elite.
The elite, huh?
The elite. The hearing that lit the fuse. Today in the House Judiciary Committee, Representative Thomas Massey put his cards on the table. He said, on record, that the FBI is sitting on a list of at least 20 powerful men tied to Jeffrey Epstein. Not anonymous whispers, not internet rumor, a sitting congressman under oath describing what FBI 302 documents, which our interview reports contain. And this isn't a list of nobodies. Massey ticked through the categories. A Hollywood producer worth $100 million, a royal prince, a high-profile music industry figure, a very prominent banker, a high-profile government official, a high-profile former politician, the owner of a car company in Italy, a rock star, a magician, at least 6 billionaires, including one from Canada. And yes, Massey dropped one name outright. Jess Staley, the disgraced ex-CEO of Barclays. He looked straight at FBI Director Kash Patel and asked the question every American should be screaming right now. Have you read the 302s? Have you opened investigations into these people? Patel's answer? A dodge, a lawyerly shrug, a bureaucratic promise that he'd asked agents to review the files and bring him anything credible. Translation? Stonewall, delay, deny, distract. Why is this different? Let's stop here because I can already hear the cynics. We've heard this before, names, rumors, categories. It always leads nowhere. Wrong. Here's why this moment is different. Congressional record. Massey didn't say this in a podcast rant or a campaign ad. He said it in a formal hearing under oath where lying carries legal consequences. That locks it in history. 302 documents. These aren't Epstein's black book scribbles. FBI 302s are official interview reports. If those reports say Epstein trafficked victims to these categories of men, that is hard evidence of investigative leads. Public name, Jess Staley. We have one name that is already documented by regulators and courts. Staley has been banned by UK financial authorities for his relationship with Epstein. That's not rumor, that's receipts. So for the first time, we've got Congress acknowledging that the FBI is sitting on specific documented accusations in their own files and refusing to act. The FBI's contradiction, here's where it gets even dirtier. Just days ago, in Senate testimony, Patel told lawmakers there's no credible information that Epstein trafficked victims to anyone besides himself. Read that again. No credible information. But if Massey's statement is true, if the FBI's own 302's documents interviews naming at least 20 powerful men across industries, government, and entertainment, then Patel's Senate testimony is a lie. Or, at the very least, a weasel phrase meant to downplay explosive evidence. Which means one of two things is happening. One, the FBI is actively covering for elites and protecting them from scrutiny. Two, the FBI is redefining credible so narrowly that even sworn victim testimony in official 302s somehow doesn't count. Either way, it reeks of cover-up. The Jess Staley receipts. Let's talk about Jess Staley because his name is the thread that pulls this whole mess apart. Staley was a senior JP Morgan executive who became CEO of Barclays. Regulators have confirmed that he had a decades-long relationship with Epstein starting around 2000. In 2025, the UK's Financial Conduct Authority formally banned Staley from holding senior roles in finance, citing his failure to disclose the extent of his Epstein ties. Staley tried to appeal. He lost. The tribunal ruling upheld the ban. This isn't speculation. This is on paper. This is in official regulatory decisions. And now Massey tells us that the FBI has 302s connecting Staley and men like him to trafficking. If that's true, then the case for a deliberate, systematic cover-up becomes overwhelming. Do you want me to go on, or is that enough to chew on for a while?
That's quite a bit. And every bit of it. Go ahead. Go ahead if there's more. I'm enjoying it.
Okay. The categories that should make you sick. Now let's walk through the categories Massey listed one by one.
All right.
Not because we know the names yet. We don't. Well, maybe we do. But because the pattern screams volumes. $100 million Hollywood producer. How many moguls in Hollywood have that kind of valuation? This isn't a film student. This is an insider at the top of the industry. A royal prince. Prince Andrew is the obvious candidate, already named in lawsuits and sworn testimony. If he's in the FBI 302s, that's confirmation they have more than gossip. A music industry figure, a rock star. Think about the cultural influence and the protection money and fame. And the protection money and fame can buy. A high-profile government official and former politician. Who? Cabinet level? Congressional? The public deserves to know. 6 billionaires, including one Canadian. This one cuts deepest because billionaires aren't just rich. They're power centers. They fund parties. They buy influence. They build the scaffolding that keeps men like Trump insulated. These categories aren't random. They're a cross-section of the elite networks that run America and its allies: entertainment, politics, royalty, finance, tech, media. If Epstein's victims put these men's names into FBI interviews, then the Bureau has been sitting on a nuclear bombshell and choosing not to detonate it. Why are they hiding it? Ask yourself, why hide it? Why bury it? Why deny it? Because if the FBI admitted the full scope, the fallout would be uncontrollable. Markets would shudder if names in finance were implicated. Governments would quake if officials or royals are dragged into criminal investigations. Media empires would crumble if moguls and producers were exposed. Trump's backers would face scrutiny they cannot survive. In other words, exposure of these 20 men would rip the mask off the very system that funds, shields, and empowers authoritarians like Trump. That's why Patel hedges. That's why the Bureau slow walks. That's why every question gets smothered in legal constraints and ongoing review. Survivors know the truth. Here's what makes it even more obscene. Survivors have been saying this for years. Women who were trafficked by Epstein have testified. They gave the FBI names. They gave them details. They handed over leads that could have brought these men down. And yet, silence, delay, sealed files, survivors forced to fight for scraps of disclosure while the powerful sleep soundly. Now Congress confirms what survivors already knew. The Bureau has the names. They just won't act. The speech or debate trump card. Here's the twist that should keep every elite awake tonight. Massey and his allies are floating the idea of reading the names aloud on the House floor.
There you go.
Why does that matter? Because under the Constitution's speech or debate clause, lawmakers can say almost anything in session without legal risk. That means Massey, or anyone else, could drop the names in public, on the record, immune from defamation suits. That would crack this story wide open. Which is exactly why leadership, the Bureau, and every elite implicated will fight like hell to stop it. The FBI's real loyalty? Look, let's stop pretending. The FBI is blind. They know what's in their files. They know the names. They know the scale. So when Patel says, no credible evidence, what he really means is, no evidence I'm willing to burn my friends and patrons over.
Yeah.
That's not law enforcement. That's political protection. The FBI's real loyalty is not to justice. It's not to the survivors. It's not to you, me, or the truth. It's to the same elite networks that fuel men like Trump. Why this matters for democracy? This isn't just about Epstein. It's not just about sex trafficking. It's about whether anyone in this country can hold the powerful accountable. If the FBI can sit on 302s naming billionaires, princes, and officials connected to trafficking and shrug it off, then we don't have a justice system. We have a protection racket. And in a protection racket, the rules don't apply to them. They only apply to you. That's not democracy. That's feudalism in a modern suit. What comes next? Here's what to watch. Does Congress subpoena the 302s? Or does this vanish into hearings with no follow-through? Does Massey or another lawmaker read the names out loud? If yes, the dam breaks. Does Patel shift his language? If he keeps saying no credible evidence, he's locking himself into a lie. Do survivors' lists surface? They're already compiling, already threatening to go public. The fuse has been lit. Now it's a question of whether Congress has the courage to carry it to the powder keg. Bottom line, Massey has put the Bureau on notice. The names exist. The 302s exist. Jess Staley proves it. Categories scream it. The survivors confirm it. The only question left is whether America will ever see the truth, or whether the FBI will succeed in smothering it for another generation. Because if we don't, then we officially traded justice for protection, democracy for feudalism, truth for silence. And if that's the case, then Epstein didn't just traffic women. He trafficked the soul of this country, and the FBI delivered it to the highest bidder. Are you pissed? This is a goddamn cover-up. It's an ongoing cover-up. That was confirmed for millions of Americans many times in today's testimony before the House Judiciary Committee. We cannot stop keeping the Epstein cover-up front and center. Harness your anger. Don't let it eat you alive. Channel it. Drive it. Use it to keep moving. Keep hammering. Keep doing everything we've laid out these last few months. Because here's the truth. The Epstein cover-up is the thread. The one thread that if we keep pulling with relentless force, will unravel the entire filthy criminal circus they've built. And when it does, the whole rotten empire goes with it. And it just says, I'll be back soon. I'm fired up. You better believe that, Jack.
That was outstanding. Outstanding commentary.
Yes, it
And
was.
right on, hit the nail on the head, whatever metaphor you want to use.
Yeah.
This we all know. Everything Miss Chick just read isn't anything that every one of us already know in our heart. It just how we're at a crossroads of what matters in this country. Is it our moral guidance in this country, or is it our boy, honey, were we just lost into a world of toe the line, sweep it under the rug, let it go away,
or just sitting here watching it on TV or something?
Yeah.
No. It's not a sideshow. We have to be part of it now. We have to be a part of this.
If we're not, it will fade away. It will be fed a pile of bullshit, and all of a sudden it'll be something else in the news, which is happening every day.
Yeah.
This is
like I said, all the time, all at once.
Yeah, everything, and it gets old. It's tiresome. Every day there's some other bullshit, but we can't keep our eye off the ball. Because this one, the Epstein case, this goes deeper than politics. This speaks to the soul of our nation, of what we were willing to stand up for. Because if we don't stand up for that, then the whole facade of justice just comes crumbling down. The old adage of it's made for only the poor, not the wealthy and the powerful. And we've seen that in history, where the wealthy and the powerful get away with bullshit. Well, now we have an opportunity to force the truth. I hope Massey speaks on the floor. That's the one thing.
I think this is, and I've always felt when they started going after this, that this is the thread. This is the one thread that can unravel everything.
Yeah. And once
therefore, I don't care what they talk about with anything else. We got to keep focused and
yeah.
Right to your right call to your
because
congresspeople.
And people are asking, well, why don't the victims come out themselves? Because we're talking about very wealthy, very powerful people,
and they have tried. They've been suppressed for 30 years or more. They were just brushed off and left on their own. Well, we don't have to leave them on their own anymore. We can back them up.
It's up to us. It is. This country needs to keep pressure on. We need to stand up.
Yeah. And all the other stuff is distractions. Even, the taking away of TV personalities and stuff.
Yeah,
that's just...
you have to wonder just how much of that is the distracting factor, because ever since Epstein hit, it's been a series of dog and pony shows from him, starting with.
Although granted, they do want to take over the media. I mean, they do want to suppress that. That is part of the 2025. But
Brendan Carr, our FCC commissioner, he wrote a chapter in Project 2025 having to do with having to control the media. Control the media, you control the narrative.
Yep. Well, and the other part makes me think that we keep chasing these shadows of all this other stuff. We're missing the big boogeyman, and I think that just laid out the big boogeyman. If we let them get away with this one in particular, this whole FBI cover-up that has been going on for decades. Decades.
Yeah, ever since.
It isn't just this administration.
No.
It's both administrations, both sides.
Because they had an opportunity to take care of Epstein a long time ago.
Sort of like, sealing up the JFK stuff for 75 years so everybody'd be dead and it wouldn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that anymore.
We're not doing that. No. You know, the people have a right to know. And shit, how many times have we heard that line before? Hello, Lincoln.
Hey, John.
How you doing today, brother?
Oh, pretty good. I woke up and hopped in on your show here and raised my hand, and oh shit, he green lighted me already.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Hurry up,
you
put
right
on my
up,
pants.
yeah, you got to look presentable now. You know, respectable, all that kind of shit. Anyway, what do you think, Lincoln?
Well, man, I was pretty hot and bothered yesterday, and had posted some things on main discussion for people to think about, and I've kind of gotten into the mind frame now that there's going to need to be, you know, I hate to sound negative, man, but we are missing the mark with with using our voice on the street with these protests. We had yet another shot to lock down DC here with this federalization of the troops, and we didn't. We did not shut the city down. You know, I keep thinking back to Martin Luther King Jr. and the 850,000 people that he had out there fighting for civil rights.
That's
and
what
we got
need.
A guy now that is going. We're far past just civil rights. We are now at the stage where, when the president sees somebody, you know, in media or whatever that says something that he doesn't like, he's getting them taken down.
I think that's what this is about.
That's, you know, that's where we're at. And, you know, we've had funding stripped away. He's using extortion to literally go after mainstream media. As far as I'm concerned right now, corporate mainstream media is dead. It's absolutely decimated by this guy.
It is taking a knee to you know, ABC itself. They're trying to get a deal with another big company. It's another one of these great big merger deals worth billions of dollars. That's in the background right now. And that's the threat that the FCC is holding over ABC to get them to kick Jimmy Kimmel off all of a sudden. Hey, you want this deal? You're going to have to do what I say. And I guess that's the fucking atmosphere we're in now, is where the glorious leader will dictate what the hell news can say.
You know, so, and then when we start speaking of corporate media, we start talking about some of these law firms and things of that nature, you know, which now we've kind of crossed over into the realm of, you know, fucking lawfare taking place here, where he's basically destroying the fucking system of the judiciary with law firms. I mean, these are all things that
it's an
fucking
assault
someone like
on
Vladimir Putin.
He has been an assault on every level of our government. You know, this whole cabinet that he has are nothing but a bunch of lackeys who are there to do whatever the glorious leader wants and go in the direction. That's how come the FCC did what they did with Jimmy Kimmel. Knock him off the air because the glorious leader is unhappy about it. Are you shit? Outstanding.
You know, and I just see these Senate hearings, you know, where they bring in someone like Patel, and he's literally screaming back at these people and says, "Why don't you do your job and be a good senator?" And this, that, and the other. They're spitting in the face of all these fucking senators that are trying to hold them accountable for their actions. And at the end of the day, when you see these clickbait titles by, you know, some of our left-wing people on YouTube that, oh, Patel, he's cooked, and this, that, and the other. And then as time goes on, as we push that goalpost out and say, okay, now I'm going to feel warm and fuzzy inside because left-wing talking heads on YouTube says that he's going to get canned, then he doesn't.
Yeah.
Trump keeps him, and we go, oh shit, what is the next thing that Trump is going to do that's going to cross the line and make us feel fucking not warm and fuzzy inside? So then we push the goalpost even further. And specifically,
I'm a bit tired of pushing that goalpost, baby.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we're responsible for it as well as, you know, as far as us and our emotional and our, you know, strategic outrage with all this. But, you know, the one point I wanted to make very carefully with the risk of actually stepping on some toes in the Blue Dot family. And I don't mean to do this to step on toes, but to really raise the alarm we've been talking about, I hear the term midterms, our voice and our vote. That's true. Our voice and our vote matters, but the last 9 months at the NASCAR speed that they've been working at with this Project 2025, we got to do something now, because I'm starting to see in my head that the idea of either a free and fair midterm election or a midterm election happening at all is starting, in my mind, to look like a frickin' left-wing fantasy.
Yep, I agree. But on that note, we still have to make sure that we're moving forward like we are going to be voting.
And that's what's frustrating. I don't know I don't know what the solution is here, but God damn it, well, I'll tell you one thing.
The solution is the same as it always has been. It is going to be by our hand. It is by the people of this country. And Lincoln's right. We do need to stand, and I think that is the push from this protest on November 5th, is to fill the streets, is to put mass people in front of this house, in front of the White House, in front of Congress, in front of the Supreme Court. A massive movement, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take that to turn the tide, to motivate people to be involved in this.
I always have that hope that finally the fucking Rubicon is crossed by this administration, and then all of a sudden people flood the streets, because that's something that I think we still need to make happen, that we have not made happen yet. Yes, we did have a very good number of people for No Kings back in June, but now we're talking October 18th. Yeah, it's been 4 or 5 more months since we had 13 million in the street, and look how much damage they've done in the last 5 fucking months.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
In a perfect world, we would all be in the streets every day. In this country, there are protests damn near every day somewhere in this country.
There are.
So
yeah, but I agree with Cliff Cash, the comedian. He's the guy that I've always agreed with from the start, and he says ultimately, if we're going to solve this fucking problem, the Nazis that live in Washington D.C., they don't care about people that are out in Tempe, Arizona, holding their signs up at a local fucking city hall or whatever protesting. Take it to their house. As many people as possible that can get to D.C., and I'm not talking about people that don't have the money or people that are disabled. No, we appreciate your voice, but let us handle it. To have 2 feet and transportation, and the pressure point will always be D.C. That is where a mass amount of people need to gather, in those federal buildings, going through Congress, harassing congressmen,
demanding answers.
Yes.
Demanding answers, which is what we're entitled to.
I think our biggest problem, and this goes back to the election too, is 90 million people did not vote in the last presidential election. Now, mind you, I'm going to assume some of those people tried to vote and weren't allowed to vote for some various reasons, but 90 million. That means some of them chose not to also. Those are the people we need to get stirred up. We need them to be stirred up.
There's always going to be a certain percentage of our population that just doesn't give a shit. Election day will come around, they'll just be at the beach or something, and got other things to do, things that are more important. But we're in a time right now to where there is nothing more important. Your day at the beach may not be as joyful as you think if this shit keeps going. And where does it end?
There's a reason that JD Vance took over, as at least after this happened, went on to fucking Turning Point USA and was the one leading that podcast. So we got a vice president now that's literally a podcast president, because what he's trying to do, he's trying to
legislates from social media on his X or whatever the fuck it is. That's where he puts out all the You don't look for
Just
a
like Trump.
presidential. Yeah, it's all on his X. Whatever he puts out on that, that's the law. You know, and it's sickening. It really is, because he's only speaking to a small portion of the population. Yeah.
Right. Right. You know, so he's trying to hold on to that base that Charlie Kirk had, and you know, and I've heard a lot of people on YouTube
Yeah.
on the left that put out this idea, and I do agree with it. Is the fact that JD Vance is preparing himself to be president. So he's trying to, what they're trying to do with all of this, you know, grabbing onto power is for JD Vance, not for Trump. Because by the time we get JD Vance in office, who's very unpopular, you're going to have full authoritarian control so people's fucking voice does not matter anymore. So that's why they're doing all
Isn't
this
that
fucking
their
shit.
plan?
And
Isn't that their
yes,
plan?
sir. Yes, sir.
That is
That's
their plan.
Trump's dying. I'm just going to say it. Trump is fucking dying. He's got cankles on top of
Yeah.
cankles on top of more cankles. So we have to
From
be
your
ready
mouth.
for JD Vance to be president, because that's going to happen. And I don't think that Trump is even going to be around in the midterms.
From your mouth. Hey, let me thank Benjamin Bowen, who came in with a $20 donation and said Epstein is now the distraction as free speech is being removed. Unacceptable.
I disagree.
I don't think Epstein is the distraction.
No. We still
No,
have to hammer that
Epstein's-
hard.
Epstein's the reason that everything else is the way it is right now. Because like I said, like we just spoke a minute ago, we all know what the Epstein case is all about. We don't know the names, but we know the people. We know who they are. Not by name.
You know, there's one thing that I had thought of recently that nobody really talks about as far as political strategy with, you know, with us. And that strategy would be this. You know, Trump has this tariff war on the planet. You know, obviously the tariffs
Yeah,
are
we're
still
raking
in
in
place
billions
because,
from tariffs. We're raking in.
You know, here's the thing for people to keep in mind. Everybody listening in here, you know, that are kind of feeling a little bit of despair like I am. We have a way, because if you remember, I do agree with James Carville. He always says it's the economy, stupid. At the end of the day, what's going to bring the American people together, that's going to make us forget about all the stupid culture wars that don't matter, is going to be, holy fuck, we're getting our pockets picked. Okay? When people start realizing, and they already are realizing.
Yeah, they're getting a taste of it right now.
Here's what I say to the American people: stop buying extra shit right now. If you have to go to Walmart, get your groceries. Don't go to the sports section. Don't go to the electronics section, because here's the thing. These corporations right now, the reason why they're stomaching the tariffs is because they're making back their money on the tariffs and then a profit when we go to the store and we buy extra willy-nilly shit. If democracy is important to you in this moment, right,
Yeah.
if democracy is important to you in this moment, be frugal, get your gas, get your groceries, have food, have a roof over your head, and don't buy extra shit, because then they're not going to make.
I
their
don't think
profit
anybody.
back. They're going to have, you know.
I don't think very many people have much money right now left over for extra shit. We're in that.
Right.
We're in a bad place right now. Prices are up. Inflation is eating our ass up.
Right.
Hey, let me thank Uncle Fatty, who came in with what else? $4.20 and said, "Bang a gong and play a song." There's the gong. And there's the song, baby.
Nobody asked you, bitch.
Need
I
to
need
put
you to
smile
shut the
on
fuck
your
up, bitch.
face.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Just shut the fuck up,
Oh,
bitch.
man.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow.
Shut the fuck up. I love it. Shit. Hello, Joe. Joe, you're muted up, buddy. Your mic's on mute there.
Am I muted?
Well, of
Not
course you're
anymore.
muted. Of course you're muted.
I could hear myself talk.
How are you doing, Joe?
And I got one suggestion. If we commit to convince one person, that's all of us from this blue dot, that we double our numbers. If we commit to take as many as we can to the polls, then we multiply that. And I am willing to take anybody and everybody that I can haul all day long on voting day.
That's assuming we have one, Joe.
Well, I'll tell you what. If we don't have a voting day, I guarantee you there will be a lot of people in the streets. Well, it's going to be too late anyway, but
I hope.
But I'm always in the
Because that's
streets.
what it's going to take. You know, Lincoln's right. If we don't react appropriately, which means everybody in the street, a national outrage. Well, there you go. Shit, yeah. See it in Texas. I'm sorry, I got distracted by a comment that said rumors in Tennessee might be turning blue. You know, there's a big outrage down here in Texas too, a backlash from the redistricting because it silenced a lot of voices down here, and that's what gerrymandering is all about. But I think they've crossed over a line, and there's getting repercussions down here in Texas over this bullshit about silencing voices, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Well, that's my hope, is that they piss off enough Republicans to vote against their own in order to get back to normal, where we can finally live like human beings. Because right now it's not that way. I mean, like I stated the last time I was on about I went to church and had the had the deacon ask for. Well, my cousin, one of my cousins, is one of the president of the church council or whatever, and she told me that she had quite a few complaints about that situation, and that she was going to speak to Father and tell him, hey, that's a no-no. Keep politics out of the church. And like I said, I told her, I said, you know, if he had stated his statement generally, as far as let's pray for all those who were killed this past week, you know, senseless killing, that would have been more acceptable than the two words, Charlie Kirk. Because that, you know, like I told her, I said, you know, if there hadn't been so many people beside me, I would have stood up and walked out. That was my only way of protesting that, but I couldn't do it because it was just too many people. I had to be sitting in the middle.
Yeah. Excuse me all the way out.
Yeah, you know, and if I was to be asked the reason why I'm leaving, I'll tell you if you really want to know, but you can't handle the truth.
The truth is very elusive nowadays. It seems within certain. I'm sorry, I got distracted by a comment, which I agree with.
Absolutely.
It was from Maria Betancourt. She said, "I'm sorry to disagree with you, John. It's not the Epstein files that has the country the way it is. If you just will understand that it's Project 2025. It's always been Project 2025 to implement fascism. The Epstein case is our opportunity to force justice on a pyramid of power that needs to come crashing down."
Yes.
But Maria's right in the fact that this is all laid out in their own damn Project 2025 handbook. You know, their whole plan. Like I said, Brendan Carr, the guy in charge of the FCC, wrote a whole damn chapter for the Project 2025 about silencing broadcasting, and guess what's happening? Yeah.
Exactly.
They have a plan.
Exactly.
And it's fascism. It's a complete, you know, takeover of our system of governance in this country.
As far as government, yes, it's fascism. As far as the the people in the Republican Party, it's greed, because they believe that everybody's taking stuff away from them.
It's
You
greed
know?
for those at the top. For those at the bottom, it's more of a hatred thing. Because that's
Yeah.
what they've sold the American people. That's what the Donald Trump and the whole damn Republican Party over there has sold nothing but hate for the
Oh, yeah.
last, 10 years. Ever since this man came on the scene, it's been nothing but hate. Hate your neighbor, hate your
Yes.
friends, hate your family, hate anybody that doesn't agree with you politically.
And unfortunately, it is working because, you know, I
It's
won't speak
divided
to
this
certain
country,
people.
baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, it
it's
divided my
divided.
whole family.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in this damn chat who hasn't been
That doesn't
affected
have.
by this shit in a personal
Yes.
way.
Yes.
And how much
And
longer
the
can
only
our
thing,
society stand that
and the
without
thing
without
is, you know,
something
we're
happening?
together. Those of us in the Blue Dot family are together in that one deal, is that we've all been affected, and this is the only thing that keeps us sane and keeps us united. Is that we have hope that through this group and other groups in the media, you know, and on Facebook, on X, whatever, that wherever they complain, you know, that there are followers, there are people who agree with us, and hopefully not only agree with us but commit to voting and trying to help people vote. You know, if you can't get there, hitch a ride. You know,
Lord.
I mean, that's our only hope, is to gather the troops, transport the troops, and get the job done.
We're the
Let's
only
get those
ones.
guys out.
We're the only ones that have a shot at saving this country. The
Hmm.
citizens of this country is the only ones. If we fail to stand up and defend our way of life, our democracy, what we fought for the last 250 freaking years, then yeah, we will lose it. It's a
Yes.
desperate time right now.
And
It's a worrisome time.
yes. Did you see on Facebook where, I do not remember the man's name, but he is a ex-military, and they have been playing General Milley's speech 24 hours a day for now going on 3 to 4 days,
Really?
over and over and over, 24 hours a day, right there where the what they call them, darn it, I got a squirrel deep in my brain.
They run through my head like you wouldn't believe.
I mean, I'm going nuts, and he knows I'm going nuts, so he's going after mine. uh, anyway, the part-time soldiers, what do they call them? Part-time soldiers? I can't remember.
National Guard.
The National Guard. No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That squirrel came out. Yeah. They're playing it over and over on the National Guard. Hopefully, they'll walk away. You know, hopefully they'll refuse to follow these unlawful orders, because they are unlawful orders.
That would be something to see.
Oh, that would be
I wish it
something.
would. I wish it would.
Yes, I mean,
Uh,
wake up and where are all our National Guards?
that would take some hell of a courage for commander to stand up and do that.
Yes.
It needs to be done. It should be done. I don't,
Well, I mean, the fear factor. I mean, God knows what they've been told before they were deployed.
Well,
If any of you, you know, they could be accused of desertion.
they could have problems.
Yes.
Failure to obey a lawful order. And
In
then you get it.
their minds, but also these guys are working men. They're supporting their families.
Yeah, they're away from
They're
their
not
families
making-
while they're picking up trash in D.C. or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're away from
And
their
they're-
families.
And they're not making any money. I mean,
No.
their families are going downhill because they have to.
Well, yeah.
You know, they
Look how pretty DC is now. No trash.
well,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of trash in
Yeah.
DC,
There's trash in DC.
and it's
And
basically
it's up
at the
to
White
us to
House.
clean it up. Hello,
Yes.
Jorge.
Good evening, John.
Good evening, brother. How are you today?
Well, I'm pretty good. You know, I had a conversation with an old buddy of mine, and I've known him forever.
Don't you love those?
And he said that his nephew got a job with ICE,
Oh, yeah?
and I asked him, well, what does he say
Delivering
about it?
bags
He
of
said,
ice, or?
no,
Yeah.
ICE. And he said that his nephew said this is great. I make like 6 figures a year, and he's like 20 years old. And
Hell of a deal.
he said, I hang around with this bunch of guys. We mostly just stand around. And then every now and then we come hopping out of a van. We go handcuff a bunch of people. And then we go back and stand around some more.
Shit.
And
Hell of a
make
job, huh?
6 figures a year. And he's 20. And he got a high school diploma. The end. You know? Shit, I never made 6 figures in a year my whole life.
No.
And now, six
And
figures, and
No.
then you're going to the tax
And
bracket.
I've got an undergraduate degree, and you know,
Yeah, not making
Well,
more 6 figures.
I want
Boy,
to
how
see that
shit.
tax time.
This
Money-
is why
money talks,
you got
baby.
This, and this is why you got this story. And there's going to be more that come out because we had one previous to this. But this migrant that was shot fucking dead by ICE in Chicago, they fucking said, oh, he tried running over an ICE agent, this, that, and the other, just like they did with the previous incident.
yeah, but there's
And
film.
There's film that proves that that's a lie. So here's another thing for us to think about. They're pushing and testing the guardrails with ICE now too, because now ICE is starting to fucking have bullets fly out of their
And they're
fucking weapons.
fixing to hire a gazillion more of them and put them out there.
I mean,
Wearing
this
masks.
All
Wearing
wearing masks, no ID, no nothing.
Nothing.
They don't identify themselves. There's no badge, no badge numbers, no nothing.
No
It's
warrants.
just- and half of them are just kids out of school, man. They got guns. They get some
Yep.
little training course,
yeah.
quick training
Yeah.
course,
Hand
and
you
they
a
put
gun,
them out
and
there
you
with
go.
the pistols that they're giving them
It's not
are
going to go
really
well.
like shitty pistols to begin with, that are known to misfire, and yeah. Anyway, drive me, but yeah, he's 20 years old, knocking down 6 figures, and all he does is hang around with the guys, and he goes out and handcuffs some people, handcuffs some Mexicans, and then goes and hangs around with the guys some more.
you know, it's baffling to me, Jorge, because when you think about it, with our normal law enforcement, like a police officer, if that police officer discharges a weapon and someone fucking dies as a result of that,
Oh yeah,
even if the cop is justified in the killing, they
And
are
he gets
put
a
on
death job.
they're put on
They're put on
administrative
leave. Right.
They're not doing that with these ICE. These ICE shoot some guy dead, and then they go back out in their van and carry on.
They're in the van the next day.
Can you even identify who it
mean-
was that shot him? That's what I mean.
Yes.
You know, I have a problem right off the bat with this mask shit. You're law enforcement. Why are you wearing a freaking mask?
Why are you so
Yeah.
ashamed that you got to cover your face?
Indeed.
The same reason that
and
a
it's-
bank robber wears a mask.
Yep, they don't want to be identified.
It empowers them. It empowers them to do shit they wouldn't normally do. That's what a mask does.
Yep.
It empowers you to do shit that you wouldn't normally do because people are going to recognize your ass, call you after that shit. But if they don't know who it is, well, you can just be an asshole all day.
Yeah, then the real you can come out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, either
Yeah.
that or like we've always said, well, maybe their face will be recognized on, some video footage from the past, January 6th footage. Oh wait, this is that guy from Talking
yeah,
to
that
the
guy.
Devil.
We've seen him before. And don't think they're
That's
not
right.
in
He
there.
was
I would-
convicted a crime and sentenced to jail, and Trump let him loose, and now look, here he is again.
Yep.
They treat those people like they're patriots. That's what they're treated like. Those January 6th people that got pardoned
That
by
just
Trump.
makes me want to scream.
It does. It makes me freaking sick. But that's
John
who he
McCain
is.
must be rolling over in his
I mean,
grave.
to tell you. There's no doubt
Oh,
who
yeah.
we're dealing with. There's no doubt in anybody's mind who we're dealing with. A wannabe dictator. A fascist who is forming a fascist government.
Trump's just a front man because Project 2025 has been in the works for a long time.
They were waiting on the right idiot.
Right front. They just need the right front man for it.
That's it. That's it.
And to me, I still kind of feel like it's just the next mutation of the John Birch Society. Because
Evolution.
You know, it was the Koch brothers' old man, which was the John Birch Society guys. And a whole lot of Koch brothers' money went into doing what's happened now. You know, they bought a lot of state legislatures and stuff. They put a lot of money into those races.
Yep, and they were just a couple of many.
These red states that we're dealing with, like Texas. Yeah.
Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of Koch brother money went into this, and and their daddy was the John Birch Society.
Who's that guy here in Texas? The guy I'm thinking about, Jorge. Ultra rich, ultra right wing. The guy that keeps.
There's these two ministers that from they made a bunch of oil money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big influence
I know who
here.
you're talking about. I just can't pull their names
I
up
can't
right
think of his name. He's got.
Getting older is a bitch.
He's got Hitler memorabilia in his house. He's got a whole museum of Hitler papers and.
That's the real estate guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit.
Anyway,
that rich asshole Nazi.
You know. Okay, but then there's these two other guys that are like East Texas oil guys, and they both became like ministers. See. And they throw shit tons of money into Texas politics too. But the Koch brothers did it all over the freaking country. See.
Well, I'm hoping that this recent gerrymandering shit is going to have a backlash, because you disenfranchised the whole group of people. And they're starting to get loud about this shit. God damn it. Never start a freaking conversation unless you remember the whole damn story you read. That's my problem. I read the story, I'm just now fucking Rolodex in my head, I swear. It's challenging. It's been a rough few days. Anyway. All right. Y'all hold on to your britches. It's going to get dangerous in here in just a minute.
Uh-oh.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, hang on.
Hang on to your britches, baby. Here we go. Oh, look at him. He's going to hang back now. I know what you're doing, Daryl. Knock that shit off. Pay attention, brother. Pay attention. He sent me some great coffee. He's probably enjoying a cup of coffee as we speak.
Was it Harold Ham? Is that who you're talking about, maybe? Or no?
No, that doesn't ring a bell.
No, he's the guy that Clarence Thomas gets all his shit from. They bought him his RV and...
Yeah, his trips and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's... Damn it, I can't remember his name, but he's a piece of work. And he does. He keeps a certain part of his house as a small museum of Nazi memorabilia. Hello, Dangerous.
Harlan Crow.
Harlan Crow. There you go. Thank you.
Harlan Crow, that's right. Trammel Crow
That's the-
Real Estate.
Yep, there you go. You know,
Can you hear me?
yes, sir. We can hear you. How you doing, Dangerous?
I'm doing all right. I'm just kind of watching a couple videos. I got up a little bit late today, but I'm kind of curious about something.
What?
With all the current heat that's going on, they're looking into Discord because that's where
Yep.
a lot of the gamers are. And since they're diving into Discord, I'm wondering if they're going to try to eliminate Discord as being one of the, ultra left extremist terrorist Antifa fucking websites. I mean, there's a target on
It's going to
everybody's
piss
back
off a lot
right
of
now.
right wingers. They use it for. This is mainly a platform, and it started out as for gamers. That when they
Yeah.
play games, that you're at your house, I'm at my house, and we're playing a game. But in real life, you could talk back and forth. That's where it came from. And but it's no different than any other platform.
But I'm just curious because we're end-to-end encrypted on this service, and the fact that they're digging through it right now looking for anything nefarious, I'm curious if they're just gonna try to put a stop to all of it, So it just makes you wonder, we're in a
It
completely
does,
different state of
they're-
affairs.
But like I said, no different than any other platform. Where you have private groups, you have it on Messenger. You have it on every, where people can talk privately.
I'm just curious. Everybody's got a target on their back now. After the Kimmel thing,
Everything is on the line. Or the
other
I appreciate
billionaires
it.
are Ferris and Wilkes, John.
What's that?
I appreciate
Ferris
what
and
Nate
Wilkes.
too, by the way. I wanted to mention, I really appreciate what she read at the beginning of the show. That was awesome.
Oh, Miss Chick, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
that
stays
was
on
really
top of
good.
this shit. She's
Yeah, she does.
very much on top of this.
Very
What were you
excellent
saying?
moderator. In fact, you should give her a raise. You should put her to
I
supermoderator.
should give her a raise.
Anyway,
It's
What were you
all
gonna say?
titled No Money, right?
Yeah.
I just threw something up on the main discussion. When you get a chance to look at it, it came up in my feed the first thing today, and I decided to watch it. And I just posted it on the main discussion. But seeing how we're talking about all the crazy, this particular thing that came up right when you introduced me, and I was watching Keith Edwards, but this other guy, and I threw it up on main discussion, and what it had to do with was, let me see here real quick. Hold on. MAGA Weaponized Religion Isn't Christianity by Paul Lantz. You'll have to give a good look at that one. Or actually, no, I think that the one that it was
Weaponization of
about
Christianity?
Oh, no, here we go. They exploited Charlie Kirk's grieving widow, featuring Christopher, what's his last name? Christopher Hitchens. That one you'll want to watch. That they exploited Charlie Kirk's grieving widow. The way they did it, the way he breaks it down, and he does it kind of like an animation. He's animated, but his voice is there. He's just sitting there. It's interesting because he brings out some very valid points. How the GOP machine came in and surrounded, and the talking points, and how they don't want to lose this
they're using
movement.
this every which way they can. Don't think for a minute they're
Yeah,
not.
so you might want to watch
that. Right.
Why did she open a GoFundMe page when he was worth $14 million?
Because they don't want the donations to stop.
Because $14 million isn't enough.
It's a movement by the GOP.
It's an organization. It's not just the dude got shot. They'll find another dude.
Wait till you watch that one
martyr out
video. It's
of
only
him.
about 7 minutes. It's about 7 minutes, but he brings out some very valid points when, they used a grieving widow as a marketing tool. And it's pretty obvious by her speech. So, anyway, it was just...
You got to remember, too,
like
you're
I said,
dealing
I don't
with a
think
woman
they had
that
to
was
prod her
married
very
Charlie
much.
Kirk. So, yeah. She married Charlie Kirk,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
but she's been living the high life for a while now.
Quite a while.
She's
Quite a while.
very
He
used
wasn't...
to-
He was pretty well off. Yeah. He had a lot of money.
And now
He had
she's the head of Turning Point. She's the new
Correct.
CEO of Turning Point. because you know she's.
It was
qualified for
interesting,
that.
though, that this Paul Hedgekin guy, he pointed out that she made a point of mentioning the CFFO of the company and the publishing marketist or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Why would you say that when you're a grieving widow in front? Why would you make sure you mention
That's
certain
right.
people's names? You know what I mean? It just,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
gave
it was
credit to the right people just in your grief, in your moment
Right,
of grief.
correct. It was a half
Yeah.
grief and half marketing message, and the way the guy broke it down, it seems so much more obvious after what I just watched. So anyway, if you get a chance after the
Sterling
show,
performance
it's
by
out.
the girl.
Oh, it was a
Sorry,
complete
but
performance.
when I saw her at her press conference, I did not see a grieving widow. I saw somebody who was.
She was angry. She had
she
fucking
had a
wickedness in
plan.
her eyes.
She had
She
a
was
plan.
angry, yeah.
She wants to
It was-
capitalize on this just as much as the rest of the right does. I don't know. How do you address this whole bullshit idea of making him a martyr like he was some great human being and a guiding light for society when he was an asshole?
Was a scumbag.
He was a scumbag, bigoted,
Just like
homophobic,
That's why.
misogynistic asshole.
Epstein,
Right.
Epstein.
Can I throw in what that black pastor from Alexandria,
Epstein,
Virginia
Epstein,
said?
Epstein.
That I'm sure we all saw the black pastor when he had
Oh
to say.
yeah.
That your death, I think his words were, in your death doesn't make you a hero for the way you lived, right?
Right.
Perfectly said. It doesn't make you a hero in your death if you lived a life of evil. I think those were just about his words.
If you're a scumbag, you don't die a hero.
No. Just because you
Yeah,
lived
well,
a
they're
life of
changing that
inequity
now.
and pain and pointing evil towards one another doesn't make you a hero in your death if you lived a shitty life, period. And I thought that was well said. So, there. I have no sympathy. In fact, that when I heard he died, I felt like, I kind of felt a
Well,
little
I
giddy.
feel like in 2 weeks they'll forget about him. They'll have
I think they
something else
will.
going on.
I think they will. You know what
'Cause
God
it's
told
MAGA.
me right when I heard
MAGA,
that?
it only lasts 2 weeks. Everything.
God
Why you think
told me,
The
he
chat
said,
is
this
constantly
whole
putting in there
organization-
Epstein.
Right.
That's
They're done with CK. They don't want to hear about CK.
Trump-
that's what's going to bring him
Promises to
down.
explain everything in 2 weeks.
Everything that we're talking about. This man has destroyed this country in what, 10 months? 9, 10
It
months?
wasn't him. It was the Heritage Society.
Well, that's the distinction I always say is because his first term,
he's not.
he
that
didn't know
smart.
what the hell he was doing. He was surprised he got elected, and he did not have people around him that were nefarious like he was. But this time is different, baby. This time he knows what he's doing, and he has the people around him to make shit happen in this country.
He don't give a fuck, and he's playing golf, and they're doing whatever they do.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, I got an interesting situation here, though. Let's take a look at this as a lesson in America. How could we let this happen? That goes to show that we thought that we were bolstered, at all fronts. We had all hatches battened down and everything. And it's pretty obvious that we had our pants down around our ankles.
Not really.
that
I mean,
shows us, as Americans, what the hell we have to do to make sure this shit don't happen again. Because
we've been
obviously
aware that Fox News was there for 25 years. They've had 25 years to brainwash a whole generation of people.
And they did a good
they
job.
have, and
They have.
they did. And so it's not really a surprise.
And they've
It's
sold it under the
almost
guise of
inevitable.
patriotism. That's what
Oh, yeah.
kills me. Is the whole
under the
Fox
guise
News
of
bullshit
patriotism, right?
is sold under the waving flag with an eagle flying by and the song playing and pumping. Oh, God bless America!
It's
all that
cosplay.
shit.
Dude,
It's
it's cosplay.
While they
But to the-
stab their own.
Agreed.
Yeah.
To the question
Anyway.
of complacency, though, I'm,
And if you're homeless, just kill
65,
them.
and this is stuff that wasn't going on as obvious as it is right now.
No.
It might have been in the background always that we just didn't see. We just went along with our lives. We
building
voted. We thought
Now it's
everything
in
was
your
up
face.
and up, and maybe it wasn't. And now it's hit the fan.
Now we.
I think you're
we
right.
don't
That's how
have
we let
any-
that happen. That's how that happened.
Now it's in our face. Now we are.
Yep, now it's in our face. We can see it. It's in broad daylight. It's not behind the curtains anymore.
Well, we're going to
Not
have to
slithering
sew up
around
the
the edges.
cracks. That's for damn sure. We're going to have to sew up the cracks after this because there's some wide gaps.
This is
going to
take. Don't think this is going to. We're looking
Take
at
a lot of work.
decades before we heal this
Yes.
country.
Yes, we are.
Before we find our way out of this forest that we're in. It's going to take a long ass
I hope
time.
it
It's not
happens
going
in
to
my
take one
lifetime.
election, baby. It's going to take several. And again,
I
that's
hope it
assuming
happens.
we have them. Which, if
Right.
you ask me, that's his main goal is to disrupt the election somehow. To have
yeah.
some drastic thing happen.
National emergency.
Yes. Yes.
And not
He
just
keeps
one
pulling
way. He's
rabbits
making
out of
sure
his
he's got
hat.
all of
Don't be
those things.
surprised.
in
Declare
place.
martial law.
Yeah, don't be surprised. He keeps pulling rabbits out of his hat that we don't
No.
expect. And sure enough, they're rabbits.
But he's still
He'll
going
have
after
he'll have
suppressing the
eyes in
voters.
full
Hold
force
on.
to
One
back it up.
one at a
Yeah.
time.
You guys are talking over each other now.
One at a time. Miss Chick, you were saying?
Well, it's not just one thing though. It's a whole handful of things all at once. It's vote suppression. He's ready. He's got like 3 or 4 different areas in the world where he can just claim, we got a war over there. And that's how he wants to shut some shit down. Protesting, calling out the National Guard, that's his start. But he hasn't used them to the extent that he wants to use them yet.
I don't think he has
aimed
either.
him at
He wants to use
aimed
that a
him
whole
at
lot
trash
more.
cleanup and immigrants. And I was like, come on. He's waiting for us to show up in Washington. Maybe we should do that. Let's see
Maybe
how
we
good
should
his
do that. Maybe we
National
should.
Guard is.
Let me call out a couple of people. One, Pauline Hall came in with a $10 donation and said, Mr. Hall wants a shout out. Dom Roberto. Well, Robert, hell yes, brother. Big shout out to both of you. Not only the whole family, because we have Robert, we have Lois, Mama Lois, and Pauline, all watching right now. And I appreciate every one of y'all. Thank you very much. And Start Manning donated $5 and said, this week opened my eyes to how many of my Christian friends are straight up Christian nationalists and not patriots in any way. Amen to that, brother. I've been preaching that for a while. Don't, the whole concept of white Christian nationalism. What, just those words I don't even think should go together. White Christian. There's 2 words that shouldn't be, either you're Christian, doesn't matter what color you are. It does to some people. Obviously. White Christian nationalism. And that's what I think we're up against here. It's people who think they're Christians, who have a distorted view of what that means, what being a Christian means. I don't know. I don't claim to be one. But I try to live my life, and that's what I've always said. Am I a religious guy? No. No. Do I believe in a higher power? No, I don't. No, I don't. I like the stars, the moons, the universes, all that kind of shit. I'm a science kind of guy. But they say, when the ground shakes, we all look up. But I like to think that I've lived my life that if there is a God, I can stand in front of him and hold my head up.
Well, I know a few brown people who think they're white.
Yeah, I've met a few people like that too, man.
Yep.
In Texas, they're uppity, even towards their own freaking people. It's kind of
Their
like
own family.
Yeah.
Their own
It's
family.
kind of like, who the hell do you think you're talking to?
Me myself, we'll tell them to their face.
Christo-fascism.
Yeah.
The same
I
thing.
tell them to their face, you got a cactus on your forehead, my friend.
Yeah.
I just, it's those. That's one
I
of the
got a
most-
whole bunch of relatives, man, and they don't live in Texas, but the brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews and go on, and none of them speak to me and my boys.
that's
and
the
they know
sad
why.
part of Donald Trump entering our lives. ever since the man came down the stairway, ever since he started using his voice.
10 years
he
ago.
it is a voice of nothing but hate and division, and just it has separated families. It's separated
And the
families.
Heritage
It's friends.
Society went, there's our boy.
There's our boy. There's
And
the guy.
Roger Stone said, yep, he's our guy.
And look where we are.
And
right
Roger
now.
Ailes went, okay.
And you have to
I
ask
think we can
yourself,
do
is this
something
who
with
we
this,
really
you
are?
know?
You know, can we?
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe
at
we
this
just
point-
thought we had better angels. You know? I don't know.
Well, I kind of thought we had grown out of all this crap.
We spent
I thought I
decades fighting this shit.
What we're watching, John and everybody, what we're watching is the fleecing of America. The
Oh,
fleecing
we're getting
of
fleeced,
America.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
The
that's going to get
Bitcoin
worse,
thing,
baby.
the Trump coin, yeah, Melania coin.
Melania
Melania coin. They
Oh,
need to have
Jesus. Don't even bring
a
up her
commercial.
name. So you bring up her
commercial
name,
for
and
it.
I immediately
The
think of her
Melania
in England.
coin.
And how in that
Everybody
hat.
sign
what
up
is it,
and join.
What's it? Spy versus Spy, and in
Yeah, the hats,
that,
yeah.
the hat. The hat.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, Spy versus Spy. I
Mad
swear.
magazine.
She wouldn't smile for shit. She always have to have that frowning little. I don't like to pick on people just for that shit, but she just pisses me off.
Pouty.
By the way, I heard an
First
interesting
lady, my
statistic.
ass.
I wanted to throw this out. I heard an interesting statistic that, there was consumer confidence went up in the second quarter of this year, which, we've had the Fed meeting and all that stuff. Well, interesting enough, sure, consumer confidence went up and spending went up and people weren't feeling as bad. But when they broke the numbers down, get this, consumer confidence spending went up in the second quarter, but 50% of that consumer confidence was spent by the top 10%. That means
they're having the
90%
party,
of
buddy.
us are holding on to our money and
they're having a
struggling,
party.
and it
Oh,
was
they're
the top
spending.
10%
They
that were
got money to
responsible for
burn,
50%
baby.
of that growth. And
Party
because they were
time.
looking into the numbers, and they found out it was all kind of high-end items that most people like you and me can't afford. So yeah, the ultra-rich are doing really well,
I
while
think
we're
they're
all
doing fine.
fucking sucking
I
rocks.
think
bro.
they're doing
Well,
fine. I
you-
bet
you-
Betsy DeVos is probably thinking about buying another yacht. And how many she got? 8, 9? Make
And
it
me
10.
and Joe are counting beans, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
Make sure we can make it through the week.
The numbers won't lie, but they don't tell you the whole truth till you dig into them, and then you find out that 50% of that is all the top 10%. So
Yeah, you can
yeah,
get
the
statistics
10% are doing
that
really
will tell
good
you
in
anything
America.
you want to know. You know, I mean,
Yeah, the
whatever
top
your position
10%
is,
are-
you can find statistics that sound good.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
I look at that Barrett Jackson. I mean, I could not afford a tire.
No,
off
I
one of
want
those
one,
cars.
but I can't buy it.
And by the way, did you know most of the stock market's owned by the top 10% of wage earners in the United States? They're the only ones that are really playing in the stock market, except for our 401ks. But I mean, honestly, they are the ones that basically operate it. So the top 10%, this was a windfall for
I
them.
don't,
and
I
all
don't pay much attention to the market. I'm not in that game. And I don't think a lot of people are.
Well, I'm always in the market. I'm always in the stock market.
Yeah,
For
you're
what?
Well,
you're
I
in the
mean, I'm
market,
trying to buy those
For-
expensive eggs. I mean, one of these
Yeah.
days I'll crack open an egg and there might be 100, maybe 200,000 in one egg.
Yeah.
still looking for that golden goose, huh?
I'm
Yeah.
still looking for that golden goose. I mean, shoot.
Uh,
But
I'm beginning to get skeptical of that, Joe. You know?
I keep standing on the dock every day, and guess what? My
Yeah.
ship hasn't come in yet. So go figure.
At my age, I'm beginning to get skeptical about some of this trickle-down economics.
Really? Finally?
Yeah, I mean, you know. Yeah, no. Reagan turned my old man into a Democrat. And my old man was a lifelong Republican until Reagan came along.
Really?
Well,
It did
he
the
was one of
opposite
the-
for Biden. It turned him into a Republican.
And you know, he apologized to me for voting for McGovern. So, you know,
There
he
you
got
go.
mad at me when I did, but he apologized later on in life for it.
Hey,
Well,
let me
he was
call
a-
out a couple of thank yous. One to Pauline Hall for a $2 donation. Thank you very much, darling. Keith Thompson came in with $5, said, change things. Blue states stop paying the red states bills, and that's exactly what we're doing. And Starch Manning came in with a $5 donation, said, what happened to all the people carrying constitutions during the Tea Party? Can't figure out what's different. Yeah, what happened to all the people carrying? Yeah, no shit. During the Tea Party outrage that came out, what happened to all them holding the Constitution and all
I
that?
think
That's
that
gone
weeded
down.
all them people out.
And let me thank Mama Lois, who came in with a $50 PayPal donation. It did not show up. Mama Lois, thank you very much, baby. I appreciate that tremendously. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Sometimes I lose my thought. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it tremendously. Where were we? What was we doing?
Oh,
Goats,
Oh, yeah.
John, lots of
We
goats.
was going to fix
yeah.
it to get the hell out of here. That's what we was
Yeah,
fixing
get ready
to
to
do.
run them credits.
Run
Yeah.
them credits, baby. It's
hey, John, I got some good news.
well, we're looking for a little good news, Joe.
Well, I went to
Pray
the
tell, what
doctor
is the good
today.
news?
I went to go see Dr. Breckenridge. He's a bone and joint specialist.
Joint
And
specialist,
he
huh?
told,
Yeah?
yeah. And he told me I didn't need no operation. He says, just you're going to do these little therapeutic exercises
There you go.
and see me in a month, and I believe you're going to be all right. So I
There
don't
you
have
go.
to go under the knife.
Well, that's good. That's good. Don't go if you don't have to. Don't get
That's
cut on
right.
unless you have to.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So the doctor
That's
specifically
good news.
told,
And I always take the advice of my joint man.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Is that, is he from Hawaii?
Huh?
He's specialist? You got a specialist?
Yeah, I'm a
in
joint
Hawaii?
doctor. I'm a joint doctor, all right.
He's a
Yeah.
joint
That's me.
doctor, all right.
Ear, nose, and elbow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy shit.
Yeah.
But
That's
anyway, the doctor told Maria that he's not to lift anything, so I can't wash dishes anymore.
funny. Oh no!
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, baby.
Thanks
We
for
love
that.
you, Maria.
Could I get a doctor's note myself?
I tell you, I'm a lucky man.
In more ways
You
than
are.
one, Joe. By the way, how is
Yes.
Maria?
She's asleep.
Oh, well, there you
She
go.
went with me. She went with me today. She went and forgave her morning nap, and as soon as we got back, she hit the sack. But I did
Hey,
take her
Joe,
out.
what's the deal with the water there in Mathis? Are y'all?
We're gonna by December we ain't gonna have no water.
Well, that's what I was reading, man.
Yeah, the lake's
They're
running
having-
dry, buddy.
The lake's
Yeah,
running
the
dry,
lake. Yeah,
and they want to spend I don't know oogles amount of money to drill wells.
right. Yeah.
I
I
got
was
an
reading about
idea.
it.
I got an
What's that?
idea. What you know where that inlet is over here by the dam, which is the deepest part of the lake.
Right?
Why don't they extend the hose down further instead of spending all that money? The river
should've-
is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All they got to do is extend the hose all the way down to the deepest part, and that'll save a bunch of money and kind of hold back on all that expenditures.
So is the lake totally gone at the park down there, or what?
I
It's
have
pretty
not
far.
gone.
I haven't been out there, but I understand it's pretty far out.
Oh,
It's receded
wow.
a pretty fair distance.
I do know that the last time I went down there, I drove into, I think it was Hidden
I
Acres.
still have water in the river behind me, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll always have water in the river as long as they don't close the
as
dam.
long as they don't close it down.
Yeah, but there's an answer, another
Yeah,
answer.
I was reading about it. It's like, and it specifically said Mathis, and I thought about it. I said, man, what about John Maria, man?
Well,
Yeah.
what about Choke Canyon, which was built
Yeah,
upstream?
yeah, I know where that is.
Specifically, it was built specifically as an answer to
Reservoir.
an extra reservoir.
And
Open
that
up
didn't
the
pan
gates.
out.
Well, it didn't pan out because they won't open up the gates, and one of the reasons are a lot of rich lawyers and one ex-baseball player, Nolan Riley,
Ah,
own property and
property around the
restaurants and
lake.
businesses up there. So as
Yeah.
long as the rich won't let us have our water, we ain't gonna be able to survive much
well,
longer.
but what's gonna happen when theirs runs dry too? See,
Well, they have.
'cause that's
they have
what's happening, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
But,
because
you
the
know,
river that feeds that lake isn't the most
No.
reliable
it isn't.
source of fresh water coming
Well,
into the lake.
You have
Yeah.
So we're
three
going to come to
rivers.
the point where we just start saying kill the rich?
Well,
Well, why not?
we're
They're
gonna have
saying
to
kill the
organize-
poor.
Oh, well, Joe's
Shit.
got a big barbecue pit.
Yeah. Let's fire that
Absolutely.
But
brother
I'm
up.
saying,
All
I
right.
ain't,
let
gonna-
the
I ain't
rich-
saying nothing but that. That's all
Before
I'm
we
saying.
fry up anybody, let's
But-
call it a night. I appreciate y'all coming
right.
in.
I'm
Dangerous,
not going to
thank
say
you very
kill
much.
the rich, but
Yeah.
I think we should eat them at least. I mean,
If
you know,
you're
when
gonna
we're hungry.
kill it, you gotta eat it. That's
I
the
heard they're
rule
full
in
of fat.
Texas.
That's right. If you kill it, you got to eat it. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If it's stringy, well, marinate it
Stringy
longer.
meat, I'm telling you.
And you know what? I understand their meat is really soft and tender because it's never worked.
Yeah, Three Rivers
Yeah,
Absolutely.
come into that lake.
hindquarters,
Anyway,
man. No,
Enough said. Anyway. That's all.
Anyway.
Dangerous.
enough of the Jeffrey Dahmer joke.
All right.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Hey, Josh,
Dangerous, thank you for
having me
coming
in.
in, brother. You
Thanks
bet.
for having me in, brother.
Enjoyed the conversation.
I love you guys.
I love
You're
you
the
back.
best.
Take care of yourself.
Y'all the best. Love you
All
guys.
right.
See you soon.
And
Aloha.
Jorge,
Yes, sir. Always
Always-
a pleasure. And
always a pleasure.
Tim Dunn is the guy I was trying to remember, who's a Texas oil billionaire from Crown Quest. And he's donating money to far-right legislative
course he is.
candidates and promoting issues like reducing federal oversight and pushing social conservative shit. Yeah, and notably a major donor to Donald Trump's
Well, of
presidential
course so.
campaign.
Of course. It's
Yeehaw,
money, baby.
baby.
That's the name of the
Anyway,
game.
We
That's the
love
name
you
of the game.
guys.
All right, love you
And-
back,
and-
Jorge.
and
Give Dan my
Fight
best.
we're fighting against billionaires, but at least we're not acquiescing to them.
It's true. It's us.
Good night,
baby.
y'all.
Good night, Jorge.
Night.
Take care of
Good
yourself.
night, Jorge.
And Joe,
I haven't done it yet, but I will.
yeah, I came this close to coming to see you today, buddy. I really did.
Oh,
Yeah, my
Well, how
son
close
was
did you
my
get?
son was just a couple houses down from you. No, my day didn't pan
Yeah.
out the way I thought it was, but yeah, I was going to run over to see you. Was you going to be
Well,
home?
I was home late
Yeah.
in the afternoon,
I'll catch you.
but
I'll catch you.
I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call there if I light up a pit.
Yeah, fire up. Let me know.
I'll
I'm
give you a
wandering
call.
around, Joe. I got I got nothing to do, buddy.
Hey,
it's,
you can always. Hey, I got a bad arm, so if you want to help me fix my truck, that's fine with me.
well, which arm you got bad? Because my right one's shot. My left one's still.
Oh,
well,
one
no, I just can't use it because I'm right-handed. But it'd be
Yeah,
a lot of help,
well,
Joe. Anyway,
Yeah,
take care of yourself, brother. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
you betcha.
All right, brother. And Miss Chick.
Well, howdy shit, John.
Boy, howdy shit. I enjoyed
had
that
fun.
reading at the beginning. I really did. Puts it in perspective.
Yep. And I'm
We're
just
up
going to
a bit
remind
close.
everybody, until there is no voting, there's voting. And make sure you're registered because things have been going on. It's going to continue to go on. Just make sure that you're registered and ready.
That's a
or-
constant.
And commit to take a few friends with you.
Yeah.
Take some friends with you and
Take some
and
friends.
figure out
Make
who
it
you're
a
voting
party.
for. Yeah.
Make it a
Absolutely.
party.
Start looking into your candidates.
Be prepared.
Anyways,
Be ready.
besides all
Anyway.
that, Saturday, this
What?
Saturday
This Saturday.
is Make Billionaires Pay. And that's
Make-
in New York City mostly because they are going to be. Uh-oh.
I can't take
Anyways.
this call right now.
If you can be there, be there. I lost my note on the actual. They're going to march from a certain street to a certain street, kind of thing, you know. And I had all that, and I
Right.
lost the tab.
Well, you
If you
people can
can't
look it
do
up.
that, there's going to be about 150 other cities or sites too, but the main one is going to be in New York City, so you'll be able to find it. Go to the 5051; it's on there. And
There you go.
the next one up is October 18th. No Kings again. That's everywhere. Everywhere you can find one. Everywhere you went to the last one is probably going to have one this
Probably
time.
could have another one.
Hopefully plus more. And then Refuse Fascism on November 5th. That's a big one. That's DC.
That's the one.
That's
That's
the
one
one.
we really want to try to push because we need people in the street. We need people in the street.
We need to surround Washington is what we need to do. And it sounds
Indeed.
like that's what they want to do.
Hey,
If you're willing and able, please
Make
join the
plans.
resistance.
I'm thinking about
Yes.
it. I'm very much thinking about trying to make a road trip. I need to get out of
Excellent.
here. Anyway.
Anyway, we had some people that shared our shit.
We love it when people
shared
share our shit.
Our shit on their shit.
Yeah, they take their shit
Yeah.
and share our shit, and there you go. You got a lot of shit going around. And that's
Yeah,
what we
that's
need. We
fine.
need to spread this shit as far as we can. So we appreciate them. Who are they this week?
We had Atkin County Dems from Minnesota shared our shit. Isn't that nice? Dave K. from Ohio, Craig S. from Texas, Cindy H. also from Texas, Michael G. from West Virginia, and Julie B. from Maine all shared this
All the way
shit.
from Maine. All shared this shit.
Oh, yeah.
You can share this shit and maybe get your name called out for sharing this shit. We appreciate it. It's not about me. It's about the message, baby. So yeah, share this shit far and wide. Look, pay attention to other online voices that are speaking the truth out there. We've got a big fight coming up, a big one, and we need to be ready for it because this is going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. And the only way it's going to get better is if we make it better. So do your part. Pay attention. Be involved if you can. I love all of y'all. Thank you for being with me. I want to thank everybody who sent me messages yesterday. It was very heartfelt, and I appreciate every one of you. Yeah, it helped me get through a day that I didn't want to get through. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this Blue Dot family. We'll be back here again on Sunday night for another Blue Dot family meeting. Until then, tomorrow's Beer and Bud Friday, and I have some beer to drink. So, yeah, Dr. Todd, thank you very much for that. So I'll look for one tomorrow. In the meantime, try to put
You got
a
any
smile
bud
on
to
your
smoke?
face.
Got
Huh?
any bud to smoke?
Yes, I got a
any
cup
bud
of
to
coffee
smoke?
left. I got a cup of coffee left. I've been saving it.
Oh, good.
I've
Good,
been
good.
saving it. It's down to one last little piece, but I've been saving it. Yes, I do. So,
Don't
yeah.
worry, you'll get some more. You'll
Oh,
get some
yeah.
more.
No, don't worry
Have
about it.
more
Don't worry
beans
about
as we speak right now.
Mm-mm-mm.
Anyway, I
Wanda
wanted
Bell,
to
I love you
say
back,
my
baby.
heartfelt
Irene
sympathies-
Lambert,
My heartfelt.
thank you so much for everything you do. And to all of you, just try to put a smile on your face, baby. That's what we always say. All right.
Yep, my
Aloha.
heartfelt sentiments to you too, John. Aloha.
Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. All right. Y'all take care of yourself, and we'll see you again on Sunday. Good night, Miss Chick.
Good night, John.
Good night, everybody. Oh, look at there. I got the thing in my hand again. Almost did the damn thing with the button. Y'all
All
take
the
care of
damn
yourself.